I had just closed on the beach house when my sister called. "We'll arrive in 3 hours with 25 relatives. My name is Alex. I'm a man who just turned 29, and I want to share a story about the day I finally stood up for myself. It happened in Newport Beach, California, a few weeks ago. The phone call came the same day I signed the papers. My sister Mia's voice was sharp and demanding. "We'll arrive in 3 hours with 22 relatives. Clear the rooms and make meals for everyone. We're staying for 2 weeks. There was no question, no courtesy, just a command. I stared at the empty seaside house, the salty air drifting through the big windows. The deed had my name on it, and I stayed calm because I decided something in that moment. This would be the last time she ever tried to take what was mine. It hadn't always been a conflict. When we were kids, we were inseparable. She had the fire and I had the patience. It worked well until our parents started feeding her desire for control. She wanted, she demanded, she got. And me? I became the quiet sibling, who gave in, who smoothed things over. When our parents passed away, the dynamic didn't fade. It got worse. She treated every asset like it was hers by birthright. My opinions were obstacles. My existence was an inconvenience. I thought the beach house might change things. A fresh start, a home that carried no family baggage, no old memories. I was mistaken. Her call was not a request, it was an announcement. She hadn't congratulated me, hadn't even asked if I wanted visitors. She just assumed ownership of my joy like she always had. But this was not the home from our childhood where I was forced into silence. This was mine, bought with my own funds, my own hard work, my own signature on the deed. Her demand brought back every memory of being pushed aside, dismissed, overshadowed. The pain was familiar, but my reaction was not. I did not give in. I began to make a plan. 3 hours. That's all she gave me. Enough time. I walked through the house room by room thinking, if I faced her head on, it would just turn into another screaming match. She'd twisted until I looked cruel for refusing family. No, I wanted a precise outcome. A clean break, a lesson she would never forget, so I made phone calls not to her, but to a local property manager, a caterer, a moving crew on standby. By the time her group pulled into the driveway, everything was ready. They arrived in a storm. Cars lined the street doors, slammed voices, carried laughter was too loud for walls that had never held them. My sister marched up first, already giving orders on where to put luggage. I smiled, not bothered at all. "Don't unload," I said. "The house is rented." Confusion, then anger. "What are you talking about? We're staying here." "No," I said, my voice even. "Guests are arriving tonight." "Paid guests." Her face twisted. Behind her, the relatives shifted uncomfortably with suitcases in their hands. I stepped aside, revealing the property manager, approaching with a clipboard, ready to inspect the house for the incoming renters. 2 weeks paid in advance. I added higher than the market price. Her jaw dropped. "You rented it out?" "Yes," I said. "The beach house is not a family hotel. It's an investment. And starting today, it pays for itself." She sputtered, trying to rally the crowd. "This is crazy. We are your family." I let the silence hang. Then I handed her an envelope. Inside were invoices and receipts for the trust money she had, secretly taken years ago using my name. I had done my homework. Her hands shook as she looked at the papers. I leaned in. "You've taken enough from me. This house is mine, and if you try to touch it, I will make sure everything you stole becomes a public record." Her face went pale. The others stepped back, suddenly realizing this was not a vacation. It was a day of reckoning. She yelled, she swore, but every word bounced off walls that were not hers. The caterers arrived next, unloading trays of food for the paying renters, not the freeloading relatives. The moving crew brought in fresh linens. The property manager changed the lock code. One by one, the relatives went back to their cars. The show was over. My sister stood in the driveway, trembling, with anger, humiliated under the afternoon. "Son, fine," she spat. "You will regret this." I stepped closer, calm and in control. "No," I said. "This was the last time I let you mistake me for someone you can control. That part of me doesn't live here anymore." And I closed the door. That night, I sat on the deck listening to waves crash against the shore. The house was quiet, mine in every way. For the first time in years, I was not the sibling in the background. I was not the one left with scraps. I was the one who had drawn the line and enforced. Eddie, my sister, thought she could storm in, plant her flag, and claim what I had built. Instead, she walked away, stripped of her power, her audience, her illusion of control. And I stayed right where I belonged on my own. Ground. The house was more than just wood and glass. It was a declaration, a reminder that I was never the weak one. I was just waiting for the right moment to prove it. Hey guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, that's like eating pizza without cheese. Don't miss out! Hit that subscribe button right now. Or next time you'll have to Google, please tell me a story. Subscribe and stay tuned, because the craziest stories are coming your way first.